Hey guys, so January has come to an end and the month went by so fast, but it was such a busy month. But it was a great month. I got my grad pictures done, I got my wisdom teeth out, I joined a book club, I read I think like 14 or 15 books. It's been a very hectic, but great month, and I can't wait to see what February brings. So I'm here with my wrap up, and I've started doing, in case you can't tell by the title, I'm going to start doing a monthly TBR. Being in a book club and everything, I might as well share that. So yeah, let's get right into the wrap up. Oh, and before that, I don't know if you can tell, but I've rearranged, that's my Kobo, my bookshelves again. So if you want to see a bookshelf tour, you can either like this video or comment, and I'll probably end up doing one eventually, but if I get suggestions or people that want to do it, I will do it like soon. So the first book that I read this month was on my Kobo, and it was just a novella, which means a short story, and it was Star Wars Lost Tribe of the Sith, and I think it's called Precipice? I'm not sure, but it was by John Jackson Miller, and I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. I didn't really enjoy it, even though I read the rest of the books in the series, which I will talk about in a minute. But the actual physical book that I read this month was Chicken Soup for the Souls, I Can't Believe My Dog Did That, by Jack Canfield, Mark Victor Hansen, and Jennifer Quasha. I give this one 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was cute, but there were some really sad stories in it, so for that reason I didn't give it 5 stars, because I have a dog and some of the stories like broke my heart. The next book that I read in like one day because it was so good. Oh, and there will be reviews on almost all of these books up within a couple of days. So, but I read The Timekeeper by Mitch Albom, and I got this book for Christmas because I saw him on Dr. Phil and I was like, I want this book. So 5 out of 5 stars. It was just so fantastic. Like, words can't describe how much I like this book, but there will be a review on this up probably Friday or Saturday, so be on the lookout for that. So then I went back to reading on my Kobo, and I read the second book in this Star Wars series, which is called Skyborn, also by John Jackson Miller, and this one I gave 2 out of 5 stars as well because I didn't like it. I'm just gonna be totally honest. I liked the Star Wars movies, but I didn't realize that these stories were so much different than the movies. So then after that one, I went ahead and started the third book in the series, which is called Paragon, and I didn't enjoy this one either. 2 out of 5 stars. Sorry, John Jackson Miller. Then I read a book for the Nicholas Sparks Book Club, or Book Challenge, but I gave up that challenge because I didn't enjoy this book, and I think they should be more for adults than young adults. So I read The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I think I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed the movie because I saw the movie first, and everybody always cries when they watch the movie, but I didn't cry. So I was kind of hesitant to read this book because I didn't enjoy the movie, but it was cute. And I don't know if I did a full review on this one, but I can check. I didn't, but if I could have someone love me like Noah loves her, then I will be so happy. My life will be complete, because Allie was like so undeserving at first. Like, if you haven't read this book, you should read it, especially if you're really into the romancy stuff. Then I read the 4th book in the series, Star Wars series, which was called, it's not loading yet, Savior by John Jackson Miller. I did not enjoy this one. I got 1 out of 5 stars. It was not a good book. Then I read Purgatory by John Jackson Miller, if we can load. All the covers kind of look like this. So I give this one 2 out of 5 stars. And then the last one, which was called Centennial, if we can load. Oh, that cover looks like that. I gave that one 2 out of 5 stars as well. So I didn't like it, but that is just my opinion. And if you're into the Star Wars thing, then go ahead and check it out, but I did not like them. So then I read The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. I'm posting a review on this, and I definitely recommend you go check it out because I only gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. I don't know, or I don't understand what all the hype was about for this book. People called it life-changing and like the best book of the year, and I'm like, why? Like, I don't know if I'm missing something, but I haven't seen the movie either. I saw the trailer, and the trailer kind of interests me more than the book. But, so yeah, if you really enjoyed this book, please tell me why, because I'll probably have to reread it then, because I feel bad that I didn't enjoy it as much as everybody else did. So then, for my classic of the month, I read Lord of the Flies by William Golding. I gave this book 2 out of 5 stars, because I think I'm doing a review on this one too. I pre-record all my reviews once I finish them, so they're still like fresh in my head. But there was really old English, like British English in this book, so they used terms and phrases that I wasn't familiar with, which kind of made it hard for me to understand and enjoy the book. It took me a lot longer to get through than I thought it would too, and this isn't the kind of book that I enjoy, so I didn't enjoy it, and that's why I got 2 out of 5 stars. Then I read a series for my big book challenge, and no, it wasn't the Porno Instruments. Don't get yourself excited. That's coming. I'm gonna do that. But this one I've had for a while, and I've just been putting it off, so I read Crank by Ellen Hopkins. 5 out of 5 stars. There's definitely a review on this one. And I still have to fill my glass and follow review, but they're coming. This was just such a good book. And as many of you know, if you don't know, it's written in verse, so it's very different, but it makes you, I don't want to say too much because I did a review on it and I talked about it, but it makes you feel the story so much more, and just what all this girl goes through. It's so relatable, and it's just such a good book, and I definitely recommend it. And make sure you check out my review on it because it'll be up soon. So, even though I really enjoyed Crank, I found the rest of the books kind of went downhill from there for me. But I did read Glass, which was bigger, and I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. I found there was just too much drama involved in this one, and I just didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy Christina's character at all. Yes, we share the same name. Ooh. I'm doing a review on it, so make sure you check out the review, but it wasn't as good as Crank. And then, to finish off the series, I read Fallout by Ellen Hopkins, which was also bigger, and this one got 3 out of 5 stars. They should have ended the series at Crank. They should have made it a series. Crank was such a good book. I still love Crank. This one is written in different perspectives. It switches between 3 people. I'm not going to tell you which 3 people in case it ruins for you. I don't know what your opinion on that is, but it's based on the views of 3 people that are in Christina's life, obviously, and it talks about how they've been affected by her decisions with everything. So I didn't enjoy it that much. I mean, I kind of liked being able to see the other side of things, but I found it very confusing because there were many characters introduced in this one that were all connected, and I just found it so hard to try and connect them all. And then by the time I was like, oh yeah, they switched to a different character. So I just found that frustrating, and it was not my favorite. 3 out of 5 stars. Sorry, but the Crank series was really good. Well, Crank. Then, something else that also got 3 out of 5 stars. The Bad Beginning, a series of unfortunate events by Lemony Snicket. It is the first book in a series of unfortunate events series. I read this when I was in elementary school, when I was just a little reader, and I got it for 99 cents on my Kobo, and I just thought it'd be fun to read after these heavy books, but I did not enjoy it as much as I thought I did. I thought it was better than I remembered it to be. I don't know if it's because I'm older and it's meant for like a younger audience, but I will not be continuing the series. So 3 out of 5 stars. Then, yes, I read a lot of books this month. Then I read The Boy in the Striped Pajamas by John Boyd. It took me a while to read this book too, and the mistake I made was I watched the movie before I read the book. That was a big mistake that I made. Don't do that. It's a good movie, it's a good book, but read the book first. So it's a short book. I give it 4 out of 5 stars, and I'm going to do a review on it anyway, but if you don't know what it's about a 9-year-old boy named Bruno who lives in Germany, and It's set during World War II time period, and basically he moves from Berlin to Poland, I think. They never really say for sure if he's in Poland, but he ends up moving beside a Holocaust camp, Auschwitz, and except he calls it Outwith. Like, that's how it's spelled in the book, and I'm like, once I read that, I'm like, that's Auschwitz. Oh my goodness. So yeah, he meets a boy on the other side of the fence, the boy in the striped pajamas. I don't know how to say his name, so I'm not even going to try because I don't want to butcher it. But yeah, they just become friends, and it's just so sad because as an older teenager, I guess, that has studied history for the last 3 years, I know many, many things about the Holocaust. And this poor 9-year-old little kid had no idea what was going on the other side of the fence, and he was like so misguided, and it was just, it's a really cute book. Well, it's not cute, it's a really powerful but good book. So I definitely recommend this. And then finally, the last book I read, which I gave 5 out of 5 stars to, but you'll notice if you follow me on Goodreads that I haven't changed my Goodreads status, but I'll explain why in a minute. Every Day by David Levithan. Getting a text. So, I read this. Fantastic. And brief summary, it is about he's not a boy, he's like a teenager, and I'm going to try and talk about it without giving too much away, but it's just fantastic. Every day he wakes up in somebody else's body, and then he goes into the body of a guy, and he spends the day with his girlfriend, and then he realizes that he wants to stay in that body forever. So yeah, it was such a good book, and this book leads me into my February TBR because I am rereading this book. It was so good. I don't normally reread books back to back, but once I closed it, like, it took me so long to finish it. I had 15 pages left for so long, and I was like, I just didn't want it to end. And my friend Liam from YA Dystopian Reads, I think that's his channel. You're welcome for the shout out, dude. He kept telling me, what page do you want? He kept just telling me that I had to finish it, and I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. But I did, and now I'm rereading it. So this is the first book I'm going to read in February. And then, obviously, for my book club, the Secret Readers Club, link is down there, we are reading The Selection by Kira Cass, and it's about princesses. So you should go check out that channel, because we all kind of talk about it a little bit. Well, I did. I don't know if I've uploaded it yet. But I know it's about princesses that are, like, fighting to be like the princess and be with the prince and stuff like that. It sounds good, and there are guys in our book club that are reading this, so everybody should go pick this up and read it with us in February. Then, because the movie is coming out and I've heard nothing but good things, I plan on reading Beautiful Creatures by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll because I own the first 3 and I've never read them. And the movie comes out in like 15 days. 16 days? 13th of February? Is it? I think it is, so I have even less time because it's the 31st. I need to read this book. It's very big. It's on my big book challenge, so it's gonna get read. It's gonna get read. It has to within like 2 weeks. And then finally, I plan on reading Legend by Marie Lu because my friend Hannah from Busy Books and 101 is reading it, and she says nothing but good things about it. So I've had this copy for a little bit, and there's a sequel that might be out. No, February 5th, I think, called Prodigy, and it's short, so hopefully it won't take me long. And yeah, so I plan on reading 4 books, so like 1 a week, but if I had a month like I did this month, which I doubt I will because school starts again in a few days, then I hope to read more. And then you'll see how far I get with that in either my Friday reads or my February wrap-up. So thanks for watching. I hope you had a great reading month as well, and I will see you guys in a few days. Bye!